What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome to a bit of a different draft video today. I am going to be putting my money where my mouth is with something that I've been talking about a lot recently. And that is the fact that no matter how good you are at draft or how bad you are at draft, you can always recoup most of your entry fee. And I'll tell you why I'm getting into this before we actually get into the draft. EA have not updated draft in the longest time, right? There's some team of the seasons in there, but generally speaking, the rotation is just the same. We've talked about it a lot. I'm not going to go into it again. They need to change it, right? But I talked about a theory as to why they haven't changed it. And one of my theories was, and this might, they might not have changed it because they're not in the office because of COVID-19. I don't know, right? I'm not there. I'm not them. I don't have the inside information. It is literally just a theory. But one of the theories is that they haven't changed it and updated it because they don't want you to play the draft, because it is so easy to make coins this year that even if you did lose in the first round every single time, you would still make most of your coins back, to the point where you'd only be paying maybe nothing, maybe only a few thousand coins to have a chance of playing with the best players. And they don't want that, because then that doesn't entice people to buy packs, doesn't entice people to spend coins on the market and obviously regulate the market in that manner. So I thought, let me try something whilst the draft is really dead and build 3 drafts. And today's episode is going to be me quitting in the first round, opening the 3 draft sets of packs and seeing how many coins we come up with, right? Obviously, we're going to be spending 45,000 coins expenditure. And after that, we'll have a look at how many of those 45k coins we recoup. And it will be a true test as to whether or not I was right. If we get, say, 25,000 back, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's an argument to be made that it's not beneficial to go with, like if you're the sort of person that really, really struggles to win even one game in draft, it might be a case of, actually, guys, don't do this. Don't go into the draft. You've got no chance of making your coins back. Alternatively, at least we get Simon there. Alternatively, I'll take that Lamar. I'm going to take Simon. Alternatively, it might be a case of, hey, we spent 45k, we made 40k back, we got 3 chances to play with these guys. Bang, right? Job done. What I'll then do, if this goes down well, if you guys enjoy this, and drop a thumbs up on the video if you're interested in this, what we may well do then after that is go and get 3 second round exits and compare how many coins it truly costs us to play, 3 drafts if you're the kind of guy that can win the first round, but that's it. And then the same for losing in the semi-final, and then the same for losing in the final, and then the same for winning the final. And just compare, just have a little look at what the stats say, how the stats go, and whether or not it's really, really worth it. I think it could be a fun little experiment. And I think it will showcase 2 things, ultimately. The first thing it will showcase is that drafts are terrible, right? Yeah, I mean, hilariously, we've actually got 4 team of the seasons in this draft already. But as we all very well know, drafts just aren't it at the moment, as we talked about. Until EA upgrade or update the system within the draft, we're just lost. We're at a loss. We are lost. It's just all not very good. Second thing it will show us is just how good value packs are, right? Because I think there's also I don't want to say a misconception, because I don't think that's true, but there's a misunderstanding as to the value of what you get in a pack. And a 5k pack, if you sell it straight away, and we will be selling these items straight away, but if you sell a 5k pack straight away, you're not going to have a good time with regards to making profit if you sell it all straight away. But if you sell it at the right time, you'll have a good time. So we're going to have to take into consideration selling items right now versus selling items when they're most valuable, assigning like a decent value to a pack, and a decent value to a card, and then going from there and trying to understand whether or not it's going to be worth it or not. Now, it's fair to say we've actually got in this first draft here a really nice amount of cards of Team of the Seasons. It's just that they are not from the team of the seasons that we want them from. And if they are, they're not from the positions that we want them from. The only team of the season so far that I think is a guy that I'm like, wow, this is a really good card to get is Simon. He's a really, really good team of the season card. I've used him a whole bunch on my PC Road to Glory. He's a lot of fun to play with. He's very good in game. But this is my draft, right? So it's a 190, potentially a 191. Let's pop him in there. Can't really update the squad too much. Let's pop him in there. So not even a 191. But as I say, the purpose here is going to be seeing how much of our 45,000 coins invested we can make back when we quit around round one. And we will open the packs as we go as well. So I'm going to quit this. We'll get into that first set of packs, and I'll be right back. All right, guys. So first round done. There's a couple of interesting things about these results as well, right? Because first of all, if you get the draft token, you just immediately win. You're going to make a guaranteed 1,000 coins, no question about it. If you get the loan packs, I think you immediately lose. So it's about the trade-off, right? So here's our first set of rewards. And gold packs, believe it or not, offer really, really good value for money in this game because so many common golds spike for price, but so many consumables are so expensive that it's very difficult to lose too many coins. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at what we've got. So we haven't got too much. Now that I won't sell. Pep might sell. Maybe like 600 or 700. And what I'll do is I'll list everything up. Now I've got some items on the trade pile, but they're not selling. So we're fine. We'll take into consideration everything. The discarded amount of coins and everything that we sell for. I'm just going to list all of these up for 150 start price. 5k bin. You never know when you get lucky and you end up getting that one person that accidentally buys a contract or a fitness card for 5,000 coins, and then sadly these two players are just not worth all that much. So we'll try our best to get some coins for these. But overall, I don't think that was like a good start to making our 15k back, and we get 64 in terms of discard coins. But of course, if you're actually playing the game and then you lose, you'll also get some match coins, 300 or 400, 300 or 400 match coins, even if you lose it. And well, there you go. That's 25,000 coins in the bank, a Shadow Chem style. Now, like, we're already in mental profit. Now, of course, you're not going to hit a Shadow card every single time. Maybe even none of the time, right? But the purpose of what we're doing here is to show you guys that just an average person on an average account, how you can utilize the best of your ability, the packs that you get back, even if you're a bad player. And that, as I was talking about the consumables, that's exactly it. So 359 coins here as well. So 400 coins back for 400 coins back for discards so far. And then in the third pack, we get no board or walkout or anything of the sorts again. What do we get for a consumable this time? A Sentinel, 1,000 coin unlock. This guy right here. So we're already at, what we're at? We're at 600 coins 400 coins in terms of discard. Let's get rid of those. Let's get rid of that. Let's list that up. And then we've obviously sold the Chem style for 25k. We're listing up everything, and we'll basically just have a look at the trade pile afterwards. So we're up to about 800 with this 1,800 coins now from discards. And then the Sentinel is like 700, well, 200 coins. So, well, that will sell or it won't sell. So 1,800 coins in discards from the first setup. Let's get into the second draft and keep in mind the fact that we're at 1,800 coins for our return. So straight off the bat, we know that we only need to make 13k coins. Oh, wow. Oh, this is brilliant. Honestly, this is the first time I have seen Aguero or Werner ever in draft, these versions. I tweeted EA yesterday, right? And I said, please update the draft. I didn't expect them to see it or do it or care anything about what I have to say. And I don't think they have. I think that was just a one-off lucky chance. But we are working towards a monster draft here. Oh my God, this is going to be a monster draft. It's just really good to see that Timo Werner in there. You see what else we have here, though? 4 prime icon moments. Oh my God, Kimmich is there as well. This is going to be a big, big draft. I would trade out those team at the prime icon moments for team of the season cards, no question about it. The fact of the matter is that we've already got now 2 very good, very big Bundesliga team of the season cards. That's surprising. We'll take PK in there as well. We've got a little bit of a link down there on the right-hand side. We'll take Yuri Beshishi. What a great name. And then in goal, doesn't really matter who it's going to be. Would have been nice if it was someone a bit high rated, but we're at a 193 with a couple of low cards in there. This is a big draft. We're going to get Hradecki, which is nice, 91 rated. We can put him in goal. I don't think he's great for chemistry. Okay, something's changed. Maybe it's the formation, but something has changed. We can now put in Ginter and Hradecki, which will lose us a little bit of chemistry. I expected that. But we are leading towards right now an absolute mental draft. We've got one of the big boy attackers. We'll take Witzel there as well. We can put Witzel there. Doesn't actually help for chemistry. Yeah, this draft is super nice. Okay, it's falling apart a little bit now. We're going to need some big players on the bench and reserves to really oh my days. All right, Garincha is there as well. He is nice and big. Sergio Ramos we can take. We can pop Sergio Ramos in instead of PK. Upgrades the team. We're 5 chem points short. I'll go back to the other setup if I need to, just to get the chemistry. Daniel can go in there. Dubravka can go in for the rating. It might finish a 193. I don't think it will. Oh my god, Aubameyang for the rating. Medu for... No, it doesn't work for the rating. Let's take Aubameyang for the rating. All right, so this was definitely better. Still not ideal. Still not exactly what we're looking for, you know. Kimmich and Werner are brilliant to get. If I take Neuer, he gives and gets chem for Ginter. I'll take Neuer. I know he wasn't the highest rated, but he gives the chemistry. Once we change this team around now, I do think we could be at 193 here. The bench might have let us down just enough to the point where it's not quite a 193. We've got an 85 for... Oh, no, it's an 84 we need. An 84 for the 88. Yeah, it's only a 192, but that is a big draft. Now, of course, we hit the Shadow Chem style. That has to be... You know, that is a luxury that doesn't usually happen. But let's see what we get from reward set number 2. All right, guys. So draft number 2 has been quit. We get... Okay, so even this is a good return. A couple of gold packs and a silver players pack. Because once again, the silver players pack can just be super, super useful. So a gold pack... Again, you know, you're looking to try and make as close to 5k from each gold pack as possible. Anything more than that is obviously a bonus. With the price of players right now and some commons going up quite high... I mean, I know for a fact already we're going to make a profit here because we hit a shadow card, right? So, as I say, that is a weird one that's a luxury that not everyone will get, but you guys might hit a hunter or an anchor. Like anchors insta-sell for 5k. So if you hit an anchor, you're golden. Let me just list these contracts up. Now, some of this stuff won't even sell, you know, and we'll have to discard it. But this is the way that you maximize your return from the draft. And this is genuinely why I feel like EA aren't breaking their backs to change the draft rotation. You know, like there's only so many times you could be excited to play with, you know, Prime Moments R9. And when he first got put into the draft rotation, hey, I wasn't complaining. In fact, I was loving it. I was like, holy crap, I can't afford to play with this guy because of the cost of him on the market. But it's good to play with him in draft. It would just be nice to have some variance, you know, a little variation here or there. Never hurt anyone. These guys won't sell. The kits won't sell. I've lost count of the discard value. You know, we'll probably come somewhere close to about 3 to 4k throughout all of the drafts. But a silver players pack is another one that's really, really good for just generating lots of coins. Even if you hold on to it. And I'll use this pack as an example of other things you should do, right? So first of all, we don't really get any... Oh, we get one Irish player, so he's going to sell for a little bit. There you go, 2,300, 24, 2,500 maybe for him. So we get a nice amount of coins back for that. Straight away eats into that 15,000 that we lost, right? All of these players here, if they're not worth something right now, which they may be, so this left back is like maybe 700 coins. If they're not worth something right now, this is where you have to be smart. You store them in your club, and then you wait. And then you wait and you wait. I mean, we're going to get like 3K, maybe 2.5K for this guy as well. So that's 5K just between those 2 silvers that we're selling, let alone everything else. This guy will probably be selling as well when the Pro League comes back. And so that's where I think a lot of people do themselves dirty by just discarding. Like, a lot of people now would be like, okay, none of this sells, I'll just discard it. Discarding it is the worst thing to do. Even if you sell it, if you discard it, you get 110 coins. If you can even sell them for 200 coins, you're making a little bit extra, right? Or you wait till a marquee matchups comes that requires a player that fits the build, and then boom, before you know it, you've ended up getting yourself 800, 900, 1,000, 1,500 coins. And so using it as a way to club stock to sell when the time is right is also a really good way to do things. Now, of course, if you have a small coin balance, club stocking isn't necessarily going to be too good for you, right? You're not going to be able to club stock because you're going to need the coins back immediately. If, however, you've even got 100,000 coins and you can afford to just put items into the club, let them sit there and sell them when the time is right, you will truly see a monster return of items. And I think Bateson does it really well on his Draft to Glory, where he stores things and then just sells them when they're worth stuff. And I think he's got like a good few million coins. Ooh, that's the first time I've seen Tony Kroos in there as well. I'm definitely seeing with the narrow formations a little extra with regards to the types of players we're getting. We got that Werner team of the season last time. We get Bentancur there. We got Kroos. We got Kimmich. We've seen Godin. We've got another team of the season left back coming up here. It's Erkin this time. So he doesn't really help too much. Another team of the season centre-back as well, Maicon. I'm going to have to take Ramos, sadly, because of the Real Madrid links. That's right, Real Madrid. Oh, PK there as well. So another little benefit there for us. Pop him in there. And then in goal, I mean, we'll take the Oblak, but we have seen a lot of team of the seasons here. So it just seems like the team of the seasons, it's a lot of defenders and midfielders that are popping, not a lot of attackers. All we've seen is, in terms of like forwards, like wingers and strikers, all we've seen is Timo Werner. And that's it. And that isn't good enough, Like the defenders, these players are all so cheap as it is. Like Kroos is 170k, Yuri is like 70k or something along those lines. Like, these players are super duper cheap. We don't need these players, EA. Like give us something that's gonna entertain us. Give us something that's gonna encourage us to want to play this game. That's the first time I've seen Visca as well. So yeah, the minor leagues we're getting a lot of the team of the seasons from. It's just the major leagues that we're suffering in, and outside of that, attackers are few and far between. Like a set like this, correct me if what's your guys' perspective on this? Right, I think this set should just be removed and replaced with 5 team of the seasons, right? I know it's draft, and I know it's not about just playing with the best of the best of the best of the best every single time, all of the time, but nobody wants to use any of these cards. And the reason being is because even if you don't get the big team of the season cards, when you come up against people in draft, they are just always going to have high-end attackers, prime icon moments, the other high-level strikers that pop up all the time. Like those guys are going to always be in the draft. And so what's the difference in having a prime icon moments Ronaldo, or as we've got a prime icon moments Dennis Bergkamp, versus having, a team of the season Lewandowski, or a team of the season Royce, or something like that? I don't think that'd be too much to ask for. It's another good draft, man. Like, it is a good draft. That's the thing. Like, it's a usable draft. Oh, Kostic. There's a Bundesliga high-level player again. We're kicking a few in there, man. We are kicking a few in there. It's just not the super ones. But here we go with the next pick. And there is another one of the super ones. So, you know what's crazy, guys? I think now, I don't know if this is going to be crazy to say. I don't know if it's going to actually make sense. I don't know if this is going to work, or if it's just my theory. And if it is just my theory, I don't know if the theory is going to be stupid or smart or what. But I feel like the narrow formations are offering considerably better team of the season picks than the wide formations. That's what I feel like. But that is another monster draft. We're finally getting high-level team of the season cards from the attacking leagues. let's go and quit this draft and open our final set of rewards. And so here we go to end it all off, guys. Our third first round exit. A Jumbo Premium Silver Pack and 2 Gold Packs again. So we didn't get the Jackpot draft token, which obviously just guarantees you another entry and gives you a few cards to sell or discard. But we also didn't get the booby prize of the Loan Pack. So we got fairly fortunate here with what we have. And I think, you know, I'll do like a little bit of a quick understanding as to what we've made or could potentially make. Now, as I say, with contracts, with fitness cards, and with certain players, sometimes they'll sell for a lot. Sometimes you'll be able to sell a contract for 5k or even 300 coins, or a fitness card for 300 or 400 coins, or 5k if you get somebody that accidentally buys it. Happens more often than you think as well. So it's quite nice. We've obviously put a whole bunch of items. Ooh, Ginkle. He's actually not as much as I thought he might have been. Anya here in there as well. We've got 11 trade pile spaces left to go. We didn't get a single rare player out of all of that. So in total, as I say, I think we'll say that we got somewhere close to, like, I'd say even maybe 2,000 coins from discards. I think that's fair to say. So from our 45k, 25k back from the Shadow. We only need to make 20k from the rest of it. We already made 5k back from 2 of those players from the Silver Pack. We've got loads of other content selling. We've got another Jumbo Premium Silver Pack to go, where once again, a lot of the content will be sellable, and a lot of the content will be storable for a better time. Now, these contracts won't sell. Even these ones won't sell. But squad fitness cards, these stuff, I've only got 4 trading pile spaces, right? So we can't sadly get rid of it all. But these guys will just discard. That will discard as well. Let's have a look at this guy right here. He might sell maybe for like 500. And then, yeah, squad fitness cards for like 1,000 coins each. So again, even a pack like this, even a reward set like this, you are definitely making back 8k, 9k, 10k easily, right? Now I'm going to have to store the rest of that into the club. But you're definitely making about 8, 9, 10k. So I think on average, you know, we did 3 drafts there. We lost in the first round. There's no true way to tell. One of those players sold, the Shadow sold. There's no true way to tell. Oh, the squad fitnesses are selling for 1,000 each as well. Because packs are luck at the end of the day. The reward you get will be different each time. The content you get will be different each time. And the content that you get now, even if you get the same player today compared to in 3 days' time, the value of that player will be different each time. But I think by the time all of this sells up, you know, I think we're going to be in a great spot to the point where we probably made profit off of those 3 drafts. Mostly because of the Shadow Chem style. I will wait until the hour is up. And when the hour is up, I'll come back and I'll finish this off and we'll have a look at what sold and where we're at, how many coins we started with. And of course, I put some items into the club that would get a couple thousand coins from, and we'll go from there. So I will be right back one final time. All right, guys, so I went back and had a look, and we started with 830,000 coins. So we're currently 7k in profit with some of the stuff selling. And then, of course, we put some of the stuff into the club. Not much, maybe like 2 or 3k's worth. Obviously, a lot of the consumables did go. 250 coins for a contract and things like that, as I say, is pretty good. The fitness cards, 150s or 200s. And then, of course, a lot of stuff didn't sell. So the fact that we made 7k and we didn't yet sell everything, there's not too much left and it's mostly consumables, is a really good sign, because that means, like, let's assign 2 or 3k to the stuff we put in the club. That would have put us 10,000 in profit plus what's on the trade pile, which will take us to, probably 15,000 profit. So if you take out of consideration the Shadow Chem style, which you shouldn't, but if you did, that would leave us about 10k deficit, which means it's costing you about 3 to 4k, give or take, per draft to play with the best players in the game if you lose in round 1 every single time. That's a good trade-off in my opinion. So I actually made profit. I proved it right here. This is going to be the end of the video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like rating, comment, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you want to see what this looks like for second round exit instead, let me know in the comments below. For now, I'm out. Peace.